Welcome guys, welcome to Spanglish with Sean. Today we turn the spotlight on English, and this is a continuation of the video on the topic on Concord, which means subject-verb agreement, right? Some people jokingly say disagreement, but because often that will occur, some disagreement, but we want to make the verb agree with its subject. And the last video we mentioned, in order to find the subject, you ask yourselves who or what with the conjugated or finite verb. And what we mean by that? Well, look at the second verb we're going to look at, the main verb or auxiliary verb, to do. To do. All right, so these are the conjugated forms or the finite forms. So now you know, someone asks, what is a finite verb? Well, a finite verb means it's conjugated in its tense. We are looking at the present tense today, right? And for the rest of the series of videos that will be on subject-verb agreement. Remember, you cannot miss any of these videos because subject-verb agreement has so many rules that you just need to always remind yourselves of them, and those who don't know, you have to learn them with Spanglish with Sean, of course. Okay, so tell your friends and family members, classmates, colleagues to subscribe to Spanglish with Sean. It will be the best decision you'll ever make for your learning of the languages, both Spanish and English. All right, so to do, I do. Definitely do, it goes with I. You do, again, do goes with you, the subject. These are pronouns. And we're going to see in a short while how these pronouns can be replaced with individual subjects, right? Proper nouns and common nouns too. You do, he does. Notice now, not do this time. She does not do. It does not do. So once it's formal standard English you are speaking, you have to remember the appropriate form of the verb to do, the conjugated form in the present tense. We do. You, plural, do. Remember, this you is a singular form. And remember, in English again, we have only one you. Unfortunately, some will say, because in Spanish, as we said, we have usted and we have ustedes. And we have tú. So actually there are three forms of the pronoun you to make it very distinct and clear to whom you are referring to. Versus in English now we only have one you. You have to know if you are talking to one individual, the context will help you, or you are talking to several, right? So you do, that doesn't change. They do. So we would never say does over here, they do. But he, she, it does. All right, so I think you get that clearly. Well, guess what? Go back and watch the video to remind yourselves exactly how they must be used. But let us get the practice though, and it will reinforce the information better. So my Spanish homework, once you see my, you see I, the subject pronoun, you know the correct form of the verb here that goes with I, and the auxiliary verb to do will be do. I do my Spanish homework every night, every weekend, right? You, singular, sing. So that's sing. You, is it you do or you does? Definitely you do. You do your piano lessons on Saturdays. You do. Or do you do your piano lessons on Saturday? We can also convert it to a question. 3. He, subject pronoun, but we can put a proper noun. Shane. Shane does or do? I heard you. Does is correct. Shane does his exams every December. Good. 4. Chantal do or does her counseling sessions on Monday? You are correct, Rihanna. Does, Chantal does. Again, because we established the rule, he, she, it does. My dog does or do its training once per month. Is it do or does? It has to be does. right? So, the next number 6, Chantal and I. Is it do or does our chores very well? It has to be, Chantal and I translate to we. And there we know the verb, the correct form of the verb that goes with it is do. So Chantal and I do our chores very well. You, plural form, you do or you does. Of course, do is the correct form. You do an excellent job in subscribing to my channel, Spanglish with Sean, right? And the last one, Chantal, Shane, and Sheena, do or does? Well, again, you have 3 people. It has to be they. It's they, we'll translate to they as a pronoun, substitute they, and the correct form of the verb as we are seeing right here is must be do. So you are again you are correct. There are swimming lessons every Friday evening. So a very simple concept, pretty simple, but you must practice frequently in order to let the information absorb in your brain, in your cranium, and it becomes normal and natural, and you become fluent in using the correct form of the verb to do based on the context, the sentence that they appear in, and that you need to use them in. But guess what? We have one more main auxiliary verb to do, which is the to have. And once we pass that, now we can go into the deeper stuff with subject-verb agreement, and I'm sure you're anticipating that moment. So you just have to keep subscribing, keep liking, subscribe, and comment, because that's how we are going to improve. And Spanglish with Sean will get greater and greater, and you, the followers, are going to be happy with the results and satisfied, and doors will open for you, because you are learning English and Spanish. So from me to you, have a great day, blessings, and see you next time.